Hi guys, Samantha from Jessama Tutorials here, and today is day 30 of the Cracklathon, and it is unfortunately the last day of the Cracklathon. So we're going to be ending off with a crackle that everybody can do. It is a dry clay crackle using a mokume gane method to create it. So in day 29 we created this little slab of aliazar crimson, cadmium red, orange and cadmium yellow primo, and we will now be creating a mokume gane with it. So just take that and roll it through your pasta machine on the thickest setting, lengthening it like so. Then cut it in half and stack. And if you have not seen the previous days of the Cracklathon, please do check it out, as there are a lot of different crackles that I've gone through. There's one for everybody, so be sure to check that out. And I rolled it through again. Yes, so be sure to check that out. I have a playlist with all of the crackles that you should be able to access, so be sure to check that out, as I'm sure you will find something that you love. And yes, this is the last day, so let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed the Cracklathon, and if you would be interested in seeing something like this every year. I would love to do a marathon of something polymer clay every single year, so be sure to let me know in the comments below what you would like. I mean, we could do cane marathons, we could do, we could do mokume gane marathons, all sorts of things. I'm going to run that through the machine again. Okay. And I don't want to go too thin. Okay. And I think I want to run it through one last time, because with the dry clay crackle it's a very shallow crackle, so we want to make sure that this is thin enough that we'll be able to see stuff. There we are. Just trimming away. And to make it different from yesterday, I'll be using the cadmium yellow side instead of the aliazar crimson. Okay, pack that away. And then before I start, I'd like to just quickly use a piece of plain printing paper. I've got a lot of them lying around. Just to gently burnish the surface, just so that it is nice and smooth. Okay, and we could actually do a double-sided crackle if I think about it. So what you want is, you want to take the side that you have chosen to be the crackled side, and you want to place it on a piece of plain printing paper, and then you want to burnish it onto the surface of the plain printing paper. And I'll just bring over another piece and use that to burnish. Now you can either peel away this paper when you're done burnishing it on, so that only the front side is crackled, but you could also just leave this on the surface so that it is sandwiched between it. So long as it is about 2 millimeters thick, this should be fine. It's not going to make the clay brittle or anything, but it will mean that both sides will be crackled, which is something that I'm going to do. If you don't want to do that, just take this and peel it away like so, and then just leave this for about 3 to 4 hours, and that side will have been bleached by the plain printing paper, and it will have made it dry enough to crackle. But I would like to have a crackle on both sides. That will be cool. So I'm going to burnish both sides, and I'm going to put it under a heavy book, so that in about 3 to 4 hours time we can crackle it and make a really pretty mokume gane. Okay, and so I've had this resting for quite a while, and you can see here how much it has leached. That is definitely what you're looking for. Okay, and you can leach it for as long as you want. I wouldn't leach it for more than 12 hours, because I find that makes the entire piece rather brittle. So now it's been leached, I'm going to run it through my thick setting. Take it down one. And again, you can see nothing's really happening so far. And we'll just carry on doing it and see if it starts to crackle. There we are, I can see it, we're starting to get some crackles around there. There's some more. You see on the back we're getting some more crackles. I'm going to take it down to my thinnest setting and roll it out some more. And there we are, you can see there's some more crackles. Okay, so I've just rolled out another piece of clay here because this isn't thick enough to get enough of the cracks needed. So I've just rolled out a piece of clay as a backing. And you could leave it like this would make a really pretty backdrop for canes and things, but we need it to be quite a bit more cracked. So I'm just going to take the paper again and give it a burnish. And I just want it to soak a little bit longer, so I might give this about 30 minutes with the paper on top of it. Okay, and that should do the trick. So let me just bring over my blade so I can lift this up. And I'll roll this through again in my thickest setting, just until I find the setting that works for it. Okay, so my middle setting, which is about 1 millimeter thick. And there we go, you can see it, we're starting to get some cracks there. Yeah, it looks really quite nice. I'm going to run it down one more setting again. Yeah, and you can see it, we're starting to get a little bit of that white showing through. You could continue if you wanted. I might stretch it a little bit, try and get some of that white to show through, because that would be wonderful. So you can see it's a completely different effect than what we got with the one that we did yesterday. Here's what yesterday's one looked like. You can see it's a lot more, it's bolder than this one. This one is a really nice, soft, subtle texture. So if you were going to use it on its own, I would think that it's probably a little bit too light for that, but it would make a great backdrop to some pieces. You could add canes to it, you could use it with another veneer on a bead. You could even wrap it around some tube beads and mix it with some other effects. So for instance, since these two are made from the same veneer, you could wrap these two around a tube bead each individually, and then maybe you could have another black tube bead and you could alternate them in a necklace. And you can see how that would make it more interesting. Okay, so I'm just going to put that to the side, and that is basically it for this tutorial. You could continue trimming this if you wanted, but I'm not trimming it, rolling it down if you wanted, but I'm quite happy with how it looks. And it's a very subtle effect. I'm going to just bring it up closer so hopefully you can see all those different colours and layers and interesting effects. Hopefully you can see that. And it has a very similar feel to leather. It's a really nice feel. So hopefully that tutorial was helpful to you. Let me know in the comments below. And unfortunately this is the last day of the Cracklathon. I really did enjoy creating all of these crackles. Some of them I liked more than others. Let me know in the comments below which were your favourite, and if you want to officially vote on your favourite crackle, be sure to join my group Jessama Tutorials Polymer Clay Community. I will have a poll up there by now where you can vote for your favourite crackle. The most popular crackle will get a tutorial. I might even end up adding in some of the previous crackles. So for instance, if this one was voted as the most popular crackle, I could take this one and maybe another black and white crackle that I did, and we could do a project with those. So be sure to vote for those. And if you like the Cracklathon and would like to make it a yearly thing, let me know in the comments below as well, as I've got lots of ideas for marathons with polymer clay that we could do. We could do all sorts of things, so let me know in the comments below what you think. And as always, I will see you in the next tutorial. Bye for now.